I can't imagine myself ever doing another career. It's well, I've done this career my whole life, and I can't imagine doing anything else. My name's Matthew Wing, and I'm a violin restorer. My clientele is worldwide. It includes musicians, orchestras, auction houses, collectors, all kinds of people. I've basically built the workshop. Yes, I mean it's travelled around. I've had various workshops in London, but most of the things I've built up over the years and made myself. I always liked woodwork, and I always liked music, listening to and playing music, so it was the ideal choice really. I left school at 16 and I did a 2-year apprenticeship making lutes. After that I went to the Newark School of Violin Making, where you spend 3 years learning how to make violins, and you also do some restoration there. After that I came to London. I got a job in a violin shop, which at the time was actually the oldest violin shop in London. It had been trading for 250 years. So there was a lot of tradition there, and it was a great place to learn. It's really a magical atmosphere. First thing we'll do is open the case, see the violin, and we'll assess. It'll be a good idea to assess if we know what the violin actually is, who made it and when is always a good starting point. Then we could start to look at the work that needed to be done. And there's some main damages that are quite common with violins. First of all, they get very dirty after years of use. They get scratched, they also get cracked, and the shape can distort, which isn't very good for the sound. So depending on the customer's needs, we'll discuss what they require. Some people just want to have the violin restored as a family heirloom. It can go from a light clean, fitting a new bridge is common, making sure the pegs work properly, and a general feel of the instrument. But obviously if you're a high-level professional player, you need it as well set up so it's playing and sounding as good as possible. The violin today is still very relevant, very popular, very strong market for antique instruments and for new instruments, and concerts, you know, any day of the week you could go to a concert in London and see a great violinist and a great orchestra. You never know what's going to come through the door, and when you open the violin case for the first time, see a new violin, it can be very exciting. The great thing about being a violin restorer is you get to handle some really fine instruments, and that's always a highlight. To be able to spend time with some of the greatest instruments in the world is just a great thing.